when you read a good book, it also can bring up feelings of comparison. Like,
It's been 2 months and I haven't touched this.
actually, that's probably a sign, low key.
Okay, hey guys, a long time no see. As you can tell, things are looking a little different here. Um, I hope you guys can hear me because my AC is on, but I have my mic, so hopefully we're all good. But as you guys can tell, things look a little different. Okay, my background clearly looks different, and yeah, we're just gonna do a little life update, and then we're gonna do a writing vlog. I'm gonna share a goal that I have for today, and then some updates on where I am in my book, and a little bit of writer struggles that I experienced. I think I've been experiencing, but that really woke me up this past week. Of course, had to make a match. I'm like waiting for the color to like disperse. If I like choo choo choo, but the top, yeah. But anyway, it's good. That's all that matters. But like I said, new space because I moved 2 months ago. 2 months ago? 2 months ago. And I genuinely haven't picked up my camera since moving here. And then I yeah, the move was just, I wouldn't say traumatic, but it was like, it was definitely time to move. But yeah, I just haven't picked up my camera since since we moved, and I have not written anything since we moved. I mean, aside from last week to kind of gear me up to write this or to do this video and to write today, or just sit down and dedicate some time to writing. And that can be like a little disappointing and a little discouraging to some, but I think there's this YouTuber that I watch. She's a writer, and I'm gonna put her YouTube channel in the description box. B.Brook. She posed a question, and I'll link her page in my description box. But she basically asks, like, what do you do when you fall into like a writing slump? And I think I answered the question, but I think like now, the more that I think about it, when I fall into a writing slump, if it goes on long enough, I don't even realize that it is a slump. And I think that's what happened over the past 2 months. Like, I fell into a slump, but I didn't really realize that it was a slump. I just like, oh, there's a lot going on. Like, new city, you there every weekend, like, you go explore. I get off of work and like we're going to explore. So where am I really sitting down to write? And then when I came back, it all like started hitting me how before we left and I was writing, I was 2 chapters down. I feel like I have like 2 or 3 chapters left and I just don't want it to end and I don't know how good it is and I don't really want to finish because I'm like, that means that I have to put this out next, and like that means that it's open to interpretation and it's open to opinions, and like I've now shared my writer journey on my YouTube channel, so now I'm hoping that my content is valuable, but now I release said book and like, what if people think it sucks? And now there are more eyes on it. And so those all feed into my slump. But we're out of that now. I have no choice but to be. I said, and I believe my first writer tube video or author tube video, that I wanted to release my second book in the year of 2025, and we are about to be in July. So I have 5 months to do that. So yeah, I'm just about to drink this. I'm gonna make an avocado toast, and then I'm gonna pull out my laptop. I don't even know if my laptop is charged. Like, wow, I haven't used it for anything. If you're new here though and you haven't checked out my previous content, I promise it's potentially more valuable than this video will be. This is more so just a relatable, let's FaceTime and talk about our writer struggles together. I do have content that I feel is much more valuable, sharing resources that I use and methods that I use to write and to get over obstacles. So subscribe to my channel for a little bit more of that, plus a little bit more of me. I think I can start getting into the vlog now that I'm feeling a little better, getting into vlogging now that I'm feeling a little better. So yeah, we'll see a lot more of that, but I'm about to make some food. I'm waiting for my boyfriend. We're both going to probably go to a common space here in our apartment at some point to work on things separately. So I'm just gonna eat. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Not my new hoodie. Oh no. I'm just gonna eat and then watch the bear, and I'll see y'all in a second.
Okay, so as I was saying, there's a lot that's happened in the past 2 months. Like, we moved to a whole new city, so it writing just hasn't been top of mind for me, but it kind of has always been like mid mind. Like, it's not top of mind, but it's on my mind. And I read this book. I read 2 books last week. They were just that good. Needful Noor. I guess it's Needful Noor Part 1 and 2. I don't know. Let me look it up actually. By Takira Allen. Needful Noor. Yeah, Needful Noor Part 1 and 2, and Part 2, Part 1 and Part 2. I read them both last week. They weren't that good. She's a phenomenal writer. Like, I read 3 books by her, Parachutes, I guess Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. I think there are 3 parts, and we're waiting for a 4th. I don't know, but like, her writing just evokes a lot of emotion. Like, she's a phenomenal writer. And I hadn't read a book in like 2 months either, but I was talking to a coworker recently who has like 300 plus physical copy books, and I was like, sister, what? And I was saying I wanted to get out of my romance bag in terms of reading and just read more. So I'm excited to know that there are some people who watch me who are doing like sci-fi, horror, thriller. Like, link me when the book drops, because I'm looking for something to expand my horizons. But yeah, I kind of was in like a reading slump, and I read Needful Noor Part 1 and 2. They were fantastic. Takira Allen's a black author. It was romancy, but I'll be honest, like, it did take a bit of a turn. I'm not gonna, like, there was a plot twist, and it was really good. And yeah, that just like put back on my mind the fact that I just haven't been writing. And it also, when you read a good book, it also can bring up feelings of comparison. Like, are you evoking the same emotion that this author is doing to you? Is that your goal? Like, you still have to start asking yourself those questions. So yeah, I did a little bit of that, and I think today I'm gonna start slow. My goal is literally just to write 2 chapters, so probably like 4,000-ish words total. I think I'm on like chapter 27 or 28, and like I said earlier, the book is coming to an end. It absolutely has to. I just want to be sure the pacing is appropriate, it's not dragging on, and that we're like closing up any loose ends. And I think we're pretty close to that. So yeah, goal for today, 2 chapters, 4,000-ish words. I'm just going to let my laptop charge a little bit, and then we can get into it. Also, I mentioned Reedsy before, Reedsy, which is the platform that I use to like do all my drafts and stuff. And they got a major upgrade. They got a major upgrade. Let's see. I'm gonna go to a book that I already have. Like, you can track so much more. And so I feel like if you're not using Reedsy, like, what? It's like you pay for it or something, but you can rate how your day or your writing session went. You can pin notes for yourself. Like, they really upped it with this. I really like this. So Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to upgrade here, but I do know that I did mention it before. And so if you are interested or if you have upgraded, if you use Reedsy, let me know how you like it because I'm considering. But yeah, let me let my computer charge and I'll see y'all in a second. Okay, so like I said, it's been 2 months since I wrote anything, since I really used my computer besides for anything besides watching Love Island. How are you feeling about Love Island? Like for real? Do tell, please. I Taylor has got to leave my villa. I'm not kidding. He's got to go. And to be honest, and this is not about Love Island, so I'm not about to even do all of that here. But this season of Love Island sucks. That's all I gotta say. I'm just logging into Reedsy. Yeah, I've initially set my timer for an hour. I am on chapter 26. So naturally, like I said, it's been 2 months and I haven't touched this. So I have an idea where this is going, but I think I showed you guys this before. I also think I talked about how I very loosely did this, and so what I did in my book, or what I've written so far, is not exactly on par with this planning. So we're just gonna see where I want to pick up and then get started. Okay, we didn't finish a full chapter. Reason being because I started writing the chapter and then I wanted to include something, but then I was like, oh wait, I'm trying to call back on something that I never ever mentioned. So then I had to go back to the beginning of the book. But we got 853 words for this chapter. Total today, we've added 1,400. So we're on track. We're on track. Like, we're getting there. We're getting there. I think I'm going to do another sprint, get rid of the timer because, in the end, like I said, I just want to get 2 chapters done. I think 27 is, I think I have like 1 to 2 more chapters after this. And then we should be all set to start revising. I guess I would call this like my first draft. That's so crazy because I feel like I'm normally a revise as I go type of girly, but yeah, this is my first draft. And then we'll begin rereading and working on a second. So We may finish first draft today and finish at 28 chapters, but who knows how many chapters this will actually end up being, because as you know, you read and you want to add or you want to remove. So just a little mid writing sprint check in. I'm about to get back to it, and I'll see you guys when I have another update. Okay, actually, I've high key taken a break because I am thinking about the back end. So, like, now that I'm about to finish, right? I, one, have decided that I want to write under a pen name, which is something that I was like going back and forth with when I was releasing my first book, just because of like where I am in life. Yeah, so I went through my Amazon KDP account and just kind of updated my previous book to my pen name. And I'll put my pen name in the description box. So yeah, I am updating my Instagram bio. I'm trying to get into my author page's TikTok. My Instagram is author NR_. My TikTok is author NR, but if I can't get into it, we're gonna create a new one. It's gonna be author NR. Actually, that's probably a sign, low key. I think, oh, that's a sign. Because like my first book is very much like, it's just out there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just kind of shocked that I did release that book without not under a pen name because of contents of it, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm about to actually create a new TikTok, and I'll put the username in the description. I know what I want it to be, but hopefully that is an option for me. And yeah, so I'm just going through the logistics. So like I'm adding my website. I'm pretty sure I've shared that I want to start offering services of some sorts to authors as well, and just building a larger, more structured community of writers, creatives, and just everyday girly pops who are truly just everyday people and not putting on a facade or trying to live by other people's standards. And so I kind of want to build on that too. So I'm kind of doing more admin things, but the point of the story and the point of this video and the point of today was to start and to do something and to get myself back in the swing of things, which I can say I've accomplished. I think I have a clear goal and a clear understanding of, what comes next in my book and then what comes next for me. I feel much more comfortable now that I have a pen name. I feel kind of a little bit up in the air about the content that I'd like to write. But as I've mentioned before, and I think I'll say this until I'm blue in the face, it matters when you begin to identify your why. And once you know your why, it is what will keep you going and what will keep you on track with what you're writing. And so my why has always been to make people feel, to empower people, to make people better, um, maybe think about who they are as a person and what type of person they like to be. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So I am satisfied with that. I'm satisfied with today's video and I'm satisfied with today's work. So like I said, I am going to just wrap up the day doing some admin work, and that is no longer on theme with today's video. So that's just a little update of all that I have going on and a little bit of a writer's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little welcome back video. Like I said, I'm getting more into the swing of things, so hopefully we'll see more vlogs, we'll see more writers content, we'll see more valuable content for my creatives. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my website, theanestheticaesthetic.com. There are writer resources, and you can also take a look at the services that I do offer, because I spent a ton of time before I moved getting this together. And so the mentorship program, the content overview, all of those are programs that I've already fleshed out and have already kind of tested and have ensured that I'm prepared and that they work with people in my personal life. So I'm excited for that. I hope you guys are as well. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.